All right, we're recording. Perfect. All right, so let's get this started. Great. Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're gonna be talking about the new RSL Learning Platform, which we're very excited to be presenting to you guys. I am joined by Mary Kate Martin from the International Department. She's the International Executive at the RSL main offices in London. I'm also joined by Steve Freeman from the Business Development Department at MatchMySound, and James Kimberly as well from MatchMySound. So let's get this started. The aims of this session today are we're going to have an overview of first of all, what RSL Awards is. We'll talk about the key functionality for teachers and students as far as the RSL Learning Platform goes. We'll show from the teacher's perspective how to set exercises, how to monitor the students' progress, and how to give some feedback to your students. And from the student's perspective, we'll see how to complete those exercises and how to measure their own progress. We'll also learn how to access the learning platform, and we'll also talk about supporting students with gaining qualifications. As I said, we're going to have a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. So if you have any questions, you can start writing them inside the chat box. Pierre, if you have some questions that you don't want to forget, make sure you write them inside the chat box, and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. All right, so before we start with the learning platform, let me just give you a little explanation of what Rock School is, what RSL is. Rock School, RSL is the main umbrella, and Rock School shares the stage with three more brands called Vocational Qualifications, the Performing Arts Awards, and the Creative Qualifications. Inside Rock School, we have 10 different programs, which are Rock School Guitar, Bass, Drums, Acoustic Guitar, Vocals, Piano, Keys, Ukulele, Music Production, and Music Theory. And then inside each one of those programs, we have 8, actually 9, sometimes even 10 different levels. In the UK, they call them grades, but Pierre, it's not to get confused with the grade system here in the United States. So that's why I'm going to start referring at these as levels and not grades. Okay, so we have level, it goes all the way up to level 8. In some cases, we also have premier level and the debut level, which go even before level 1, that work really well to prepare your students to get to the very first level. So very comprehensive and very it's a very good level system for your students. So also I just wanted to mention that we also recently launched our new classical piano program. So besides all of these programs that you see right here, we also have classical piano, and we're also very excited about this. Each one of these programs has one book per level. So if we are talking about Rock School guitar program, for example, we would have 10 different books. So inside each one of these books, you also get great materials, which are the backing tracks to play along with when your students are learning the songs, they can play along with those tracks. And what's really also very valuable and really great for the learning and teaching experience is that all of those tracks are famous songs. We also have Rock School original songs that we made for these programs, but we have, each book has at least 6 different hit tunes, from all the way from Eric Clapton to Led Zeppelin to Jimi Hendrix to Bruno Mars to Adele. So really cool selection of music for all of the instruments, and students get really excited about being able to play these songs even from level 1. So Um, Now let's go with the next slide. All right, so in terms of the learning app, it was designed to enable students and teachers to have access to all the materials and help them plan their learning towards rock school exams, both during and between lessons. So I haven't talked about the exams yet, Pierre, so let me just give you a little quick explanation. After your student or you or whoever is going through this program finishes one book or one level, they're ready to go to the next level. In order to get to the next level, they can choose to be examined by one of our examiners, and they will present, they will play for them. Depending on we have a few options on the exams, and then we'll talk about those options in a little bit. But just so you know, how this works is after you're done with the book, you're ready to move on to the next level. You or your student, you get ready and then you present your exam. And then once you pass that exam, you get that certificate and then you're ready to go to level 2, level 3, etc. So this incredible learning app and learning platform integrates absolutely everything that we have, all of our content, plus great tools to monitor your students' progress. Just incredible stuff. So I'm just gonna go and mention a few of the things that we have here. This is a subscription-based learning platform. We have an app that you can download so you can have it on your phone. It can also be accessed through the web. There's both the teacher version and the student version. You get access to all of the songs, all of the technical exercises. Your student gets to play and record exercises that you assign to them, and you as a teacher are able to see and hear what they recorded, and then you also get to send them feedback. And especially nowadays with all of this, with COVID and lockdown, it's more than ever, it's important to have a really good communication. And we also have Zoom integration in case you wanted to have your Zoom lessons. So it is a great thing for distant learning as well. Let's go to the next slide. And this is where I'm going to hand it over to Steve, who's going to explain to us a little bit about how everything works. I'm going to log in from, I'm going to let Steve log into the teachers, from the teacher's side perspective, and then he's going to show us what the teacher perspective or the teacher page looks like. So let me know when you're ready, Steve.
Sure. Did you want to play that little video of how they log in, and then I'll get started on the dashboard page?
So here it goes.
Once you've downloaded and installed the app or the web app, you'll be asked to sign in, enter your login details. If you're a student, they'll be given a PIN. As a teacher, you'll then be able to see your dashboard. You'll see
we are.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. As soon as I can get acceptance here to share my screen, I will show you what's happening.
Here we go. I'm making you a host now.
Sure.
Let me see. Can you do that now?
Let's see. Let me try. I can. Perfect. All right. Actually, first, I just want to thank everyone for having me on here. I really appreciate that. I've been very excited to see this platform come into the U.S. It's a platform that I have admired for many years, Rock School, and seeing all of my, including my wife, being a classical musician, and other students when I was teaching privately, having recitals and also exams was something that I always had wished had been around for more pop music, rock music, musicians. And that's what was missing. And I just want to say happy I am to be here and to be working with Rock School on this. And basically, MatchMySound is our revolutionary technology, and it is integrated into several areas of music education here in the States and abroad. We have, from publishers, we work with some of the biggest publishers in the world. We also are now integrating it into different schools and also even into the entertainment industry. So everybody just check back with us on what we are doing as well. But the way this is set up is I'm a music teacher, and I just wanted to show everybody how I would use this. Depending on how you teach, this can really service any way you teach, no matter what style you teach, no matter the students you're teaching, whether they can read music, not read music. All of that is all available here to keep your students motivated and also retain them. And that's the whole purpose of this is to retain students, get them working on the right materials, and keep them progressing. And I'm sorry, I should have turned my phone off, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is our dashboard. This is what any teacher would see when they open up their account. This exercise weighting, what this means is that I have sent some content, whether it be an exercise or a page from a book from them to practice on, and they are to work on that. And when they finish working and get the score that I had set for them to reach, what they do is then send that back to me. And then when I look at it, I can go here and say, oh, I've got 3 exercises waiting for me. I click on it, which I'll do in a moment, and it'll show me who those exercises are from and give me an avenue to get into the actual assignment and check it out. The next, over here, students total. This is a test account, so there's only 1 student here. And then how many students have logged in the last 7 days. And for some reason, all of this is showing. So the dashboard over here, we have, it's really divided into 2 different sections. You have students and you have content. If we go into the available content library, what you're going to have is on the RSL platform are all the books that are available. And you just scroll through the books. You can click on any piece as a teacher. You can open up any piece that you want here. And this is just a table of contents. You can pick what you would like to assign to your student. And I'm going to assign this to Santiago. Once we open up the piece, we can listen to it. I'm going to test my volume here. If it's rock, so if it's too loud, you're just going to have to deal with it. Hold on a second. So as you can see, it's written out in music notation and in tab. What we could do, you can just send this to a student by going to assign student and choosing your student from your drop-down box, right? And you can just send it as it is there. If you just want them to practice it and have complete control over all the features here, and you're not telling them or giving them any direction, but most teachers don't like to do that. Our job is to actually give students things to practice so they get better and they progress. And that's what this system does. When you go to assign student, you can make a comment here, but for instance, I want to go ahead and assign this. You can make a comment here that you want to maybe describe the actual assignment, or you can just have that option again once you click into it. Here, you can really dial in each student that you have and set specific score goals for them based on their level of ability. So if you have a kid that's just now starting playing guitar and not very experienced whatsoever, you're not going to send him something with a 90% score goal. You might want to bring that down to 75, 80, and then we have the chance here to select the way the algorithm, or what's happening is it's listening to the student play and it's matching their performance every 1/43 of a second to an audio track or to a notation track. And when that, you have the ability to set that. So if you have a more advanced student, you can set it for hard. If you have somebody that's pretty intermediate, it really sets it default as medium. So medium's how it's set unless you change it. Easy, and I really like using easy for guitar music, especially guitar music like we listen to like Hendrix and things that have bends. pull-offs, whammy bars, all that kind of stuff. Because what that does, it actually makes listen. It's a more humanistic that way. You can hear. It doesn't hear it as a mistake because the computer is very rigid. Of course, it's going to grade you like a computer would. So if you put it at easy, you have a lot more success with it hearing those types of inflectuations or whatever you're doing with your guitar that might be outside of the realm of the computer to address. But if we go to playing mode, actually I skipped one. Tempo go. Well, who doesn't want their student to play at 100%? I usually leave that at 100%. I don't ever usually change that. But if I go down to special type, I have a few different, any mode, I have some options. These options, you can really tell your student how you want them to interact with the assignment. Any mode means they can do it in any way. Here we have a backing track, metronome, free mode. So if you set it at any mode, that they can choose anything they would like. Free mode is great for learning because what it does, the cursor, you can hit play and you could be learning something and the cursor stops and then you keep playing and it follows you, right? It follows you. So that's great for learning and keeping your place, figuring out what's going on. Metronome, it's just a click track. If you want to just have them play with just a click instead of any track or backing track. And this is the actual band or you'd hear Hey Joe in the back and through your headphones and play it. So again, that's how they interact with the music. You can even go here to sight reading and memorization. Most guitar players, which is sad, we're not known to be the best sight readers, and that's not a good legacy to have. So this is a very cool way to get your students reading music. You can send things as an assignment to where they have to read it. They can't hear it first, right? They just have to read it. You can also do it on the flip side, where if you're trying to get them to memorize something, then they can would listen to they can listen to the music, but when they push record, the music's going to go away, so they don't see it, right? So they have to memorize it and play it through, and then when they're finished, it comes back and it shows them their score, and it also gives them the actual assignment. They can see where they made all their mistakes, and it reappears. The music reappears. You can set the different attempts, how many attempts that they have to do this, and then you click add, and this is going to go right to Santiago right now. So I'm going to let him share his screen for a moment and let him show you what he receives when I send an assignment to him.
All right, let's do that. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. So let's go back to my dashboard. So when I logged in as a student, I realized that I had some exercises waiting here that my teacher, Steve, assigned to me. So I'm going to go here. And I know that Steve assigned me to play Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix. So I'm going to click on that. And that's what I see when I get the assignment. And so Steve, would you like me to, what shall we do here? Do you want me to play live and just do my assignment live? Shall we show what we did before?
Whatever you feel comfortable with. I'll be happy to get back to my screen and show them the assignment if you'd like. But what Santiago has the ability to do, and I can show that, Santiago, if you want to just give the screen back to me. And
yeah, sure. So anyways, sure. I could, so just so you guys know, before I do that, I'll just press record right here and I will start playing along with the track, and the system will record what I'm doing. And if I have some mistakes as far as tempo, tuning, you name it, this platform will know what I'm doing wrong and it will mark it. And then my teacher, Steve, will see it on his end. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to see how well or horrible I performed this incredible song. So let's see what I did, Steve.
All right, so if I go to my students, I'm going to go in here. And there's Santiago. if you'll notice on the right, it tells me how many attempts students make. And again, attempts mean if you push record, then that's when the assessment begins. You can practice it as much as you want without hitting record, and it will not keep a track of those attempts, but it's just for learning the piece. When you get very comfortable and you feel like, hey, I'm ready to go and give this a shot, then you can push record. And if you get to the point at the end and you have a score that you're not happy with, you have the ability to start over, and it lets you keep starting over as many times as you want. But once you're happy with that and you reach the score goal that your teacher sets for you, then there's a button that says submit to teacher, and that's what Santiago would do after he would be finished with his. He sends it back to me, and that's how I notice here in my active assignments. And what I showed you at the beginning on the dashboard, it would show up there. And if I go over here, I see that I have students here that have all the different attempts that they've made, and this is the one I'm going to show you here. Santiago, I said at 90. This one, was there some reason we weren't going to use this one? We can use this one, Santiago, right? Oh, it's because of the backing track.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get a real musician, a good musician, to make mistakes for you on screen, and that's really hard to do. And so we had to force Santiago to make just some horrendous mistakes here so we could display this. So sorry about that, Santiago. We know you can play. This is just for display only. So what Santiago would see when he would be finished with his assignment is a score. He didn't make the score that I had assigned for him. So basically on his end, there would have been something that would popped into the screen saying, you didn't, this score doesn't reach the goal that your instructor had set for you. Try again or something like that. So he went ahead and sent it to me. So he got a 63 out of the 90. Here it shows how much of the piece he played. It shows the pitch score that he had, 84, and a blistering rhythm score of 7. I don't think that's great. That is a great job showing that. This is a good one to show for sure. So once you close, you can actually go into the piece, and you can see different mistakes that he has made. Right? You can go through all of this, and we call this the caterpillar. The caterpillar is a green, yellow, and red line. And what happens is the green means good. And once that green starts fading a little bit, you know that there's some mistakes coming up, and that could be, once it gets into yellow, then and red, you start seeing many, telling what mistakes they are. So that's what I'm showing you here. He played a C sharp instead of the D here. He played an E instead of the G. Everything was good here. There's a rhythm error. If you can see it, it's basing off this. So if we go through this, add an A at the end, so he added a note. The thing going up, if it's going up or if it's dipping down, that's actually the timing of the that he's making. And if you hear dog howl, I don't know if you all can hear that. My wife's a musician, and she's practicing her flute right now, right? And my dogs howl at that. And so it's embarrassing, but now everybody's been on Zoom so much that nothing phases them. So I just wanted to point that out.
It's all
we don't have some torture chamber down the hall. That's a dog. So anyway, you go through this, you see exactly what happens, right? Rhythm errors, pitch errors, whatever it is. If he speeds up, it goes up. If he slows down, it goes down. So the most beneficial part of this, yeah, it's great to have this technology to be able to do that. But what it really does for the student and the teacher is while the students gets this type of this feedback, they can listen to it and they can fix it before their next lesson, and the teacher can communicate with them in real time through these comments. So, I could, put great job, work on timing, whatever that might be, and I click it, and then that goes to Santiago. He sees it, and so we keep communication here. Now, if he would have attempted this 5 times, then all the attempts would show up. but this one would be the last one that it would actually grade and you could open up. So that's how that works. So now the best part of this, even if you, as a student and as a teacher, you can go into tracks. And tracks these are playback options on how you can listen to that, what he just sent. If I want to hear him playing by himself, then I just start it, make sure that this matched audio is checked, because matched is the student, right? So if I'm playing this, that's Santi. Demo audio, I can switch back. And if the student wants to play along with the backing track, then they just check to make sure they can do that. So now you'll hear Santiago playing along with the backing track.
Hey, Steve, one quick.
What's that?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I was just gonna say that when the song is playing, if you it takes over your voice. So if you want to make some comments, make sure that we stop the song so that you can.
Not a problem.
So let everybody enjoy my incredible playing here, please.
Okay, we got it. Here we go. So not only can they hear themselves play and the teacher hear the student play individually, they can hear them play with the backing track. They can demo back and forth, even go into any bar that they would like to figure it out and to listen to things. What I wanted to tell, like for instance, when Santiago had this on the student side, there's a lot of different ways that you can to practice with this, and that is, let me go into it again. Just like to say this. Hey, Joe. Is you have some different options here. You can either, you can slow down the tempo. This keeps the same pitch. So if you've ever used the Amazing Slow Down or any of those kind of tools, hey, Joe. Really slow. So you can do that. You can also loop sections. You can pick a section, say, let's see. If I want to say I want just the intro. Let me get this a little bit further here. I'm not getting it on the side, but anyway, if you played that. So you can see how looping something, slowing it down can help learn, practice. And there's a guitar tuner here. Scroll mode, let me get out of this first. Scroll mode means that exactly what it does. It scrolls, instead of showing you the whole piece of music. Zoom in, zoom out, I don't need to do that. You know what that does. Another thing that you can do is press record, or you can video record. Video record, the student can video, when they go to play their piece, like if Santiago went to play this, to record it, he could have chosen the video camera, and what that would have done would have shown a picture of him playing this as well. So it would have come back with the assignment, so you can look at your students, see if the right hand positions, if they're sitting incorrectly, and there's all those things that are beneficial as well. I don't know how much time we have, but I'm going to show you a couple of other things. Are we doing okay on time, Santiago?
Yeah, we can do a few more things, and then after that, I can show people how to create the account, how to download the app, and all that good stuff. So yeah, we have a few minutes more.
Okay, what I want to do is just show you about uploading your own content, which is you can do in this system. You can actually go into your exercises, and you can still go to create your own exercise. You can go to load your own score. If you create anything in Finale or Sibelius or any music engraving platform, The best way to handle that is to export it as a music XML. If you're familiar with XML, sometimes they don't export very well. Sometimes you find, you know, the mixed or the vocals mixed in the staff and things moved around, so you want to fix that. So we use MuseScore as our rendering agent, and that's basically, it's easy because once you export a file, music XML, you can open it into MuseScore, which is free, and then you can manipulate that to make it look like you want it to look, and then you upload it. So, so I'm going to do that. I just upload a score. And hopefully that'll come up in a second. Since we're doing this from across the pond, I thought so there's what I just uploaded. I have the choice of using synthetic audio, which means MIDI. Anything you pop in there is going to be MIDI. Or you can actually upload real audio. And real audio, if you have an MP3 of, maybe you recorded this on in Logic or maybe GarageBand or any recording platform. Once you do that, it matches the actual recording to the notation. I will say on this, we do professional, you know, we work with publishers like with whether it's Hal Leonard or some bigger publishers, big publishers that we work with. We have to line all that stuff up. So if it's simple enough, this is fairly simple thing for me to play, to upload. And once I decide that it's okay, I know I made some mistakes here, so I would have fixed that, but I could click use matched audio. And what that does is it just matches that MP3 to the music that you have there. So if you're a teaching nerd like I am, I had, you know, I like putting a lot of content in my system. I have all of that stuff. It immediately goes into your library, just like where it's not visible to everyone that has this RSL platform. Just keep in mind that everything you upload is between you and your students, right? So you could create your whole library of other content that you might use on the, going through the RSL books. Then you might say, hey, I want to show them this. You can attach PDFs, but once I do that, did I hit save? Is it not saving for some odd reason? Yeah, there we go. Zoom out. I think that's a little, there we go, attach page. So if I play now, you'll hear it with real audio. Right? You can do that. The last thing I'll show you is how I use this more than anything else, is I'll go to my exercises and go to create my own exercise. And I'll go to here, it says create an audio only exercise. I can just click on that. And if you're using your phone to do this, I'm just gonna grab the guitar real quick. If you're using your phone, you can just push record on your phone. And let's see, I'm gonna turn the metronome off, and I'm gonna hit record and play. Right, so we do that. Stop. There it is. If I want to listen to it, and play. I go, okay, I'm going to start it right there. Continue. What it does, it saves the audio file. And once you save that audio file, you can take a picture of anything that's on your music stand that you've written out on a piece of paper, and you can attach it. So here I'm just gonna, I don't know what I really, this isn't what I played, but you can attach PDF. And what happens is it immediately attaches to that. And when we go to save, there's the audio file and the attachment. Oh, why did I hide attachment? What's going on? For some reason, it's not loading here, but that's okay. What happens is the attachment, it's just probably too large. It would show up here. And so once you have that, now you can send this to a student and they will still get feedback. They'll still be able to get a score. They'll still be able to use the features of slowing anything down that you played them. and really having some type of a practice with whatever you send them. The only thing that it doesn't do is tell them what they played wrong. If you notice with the notation, it'll say you played an A instead of A flat, or you played a G instead of a G flat, or you missed this rest, or whatever messaging. It's not going to do that with just the audio file, but it will have that red, green, and yellow line underneath here. That'll show the student where they made mistakes. And now if they're play by ear, if you're training for ear training, it's great because it also they can A, B, and listen to you play and then them play, so they can tell where those mistakes were and listen to them. So it's a great tool for that. I think I am pretty much done showing the platform on this end. If anything else I might be missing, but I believe is Santiago, do you have any questions that might be something I could show, or
so far this has been incredible, and I just have one comment. I think
sure.
it was so you took this opportunity to show off your incredible guitar playing skills, and I had to make all those horrible mistakes. But other than that, I mean, really, really great. I'm really proud and really happy to have this platform. We have some questions in the chat box. Greg, we see your questions. We're just going to wait until the end to address them. If you have more, type away, and we'll address them in a few minutes. But Steve, really, really great. Thank you for the tour. I think it's a great thing. And just for everybody, I'm just going to repeat this once over and over and over again. This platform has everything. All of our Rock School content is inside this platform. All of the books from all of the instruments, all of the levels, all of the backing tracks, plus all of the tools that Steve just showed us. It's great, very great value. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you guys really quickly how to create an account, how to get the platform, and how students get connected to teachers through this platform. So,
hey Santiago, it's James. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, hi James.
May I suggest we answer those questions first in the chat?
You guys have to run.
The only reason for that, if we need to jump off for our next meeting, I don't want those questions unanswered for you. That's all.
Perfect. Yeah, and I was calculating the time difference, and I think you mentioned you guys have to leave at 2, right? And Atlanta time. So yeah, let's do that. Thank you, James. So Pierre was asking me at the beginning privately if the teacher can play the students' attempts, and I said yes, he's going to do that in a few minutes, and you did. So so we had that first question, and then Greg is asking, what kind of format does it have? Is it WAV or WAV versus ML? I'm not completely sure.
If you're referring to the music files, like with the sound, it's OGG right now, but we do have MP3 that will be added here. Actually, it's already added to some of our platforms, and it will be coming up pretty soon. But that way, it'll be, OGG can only be opened if you're trying to, which I didn't mention, you can actually download student performances by just clicking download attempt. And what that does is it brings that into if you have Audacity, Audacity is about the only one that I can think of that takes OGG files, but it brings in the sound file, and only them playing, but they're already lined up because they're either playing with that backing track or with a metronome. And so you can use those files to create performances of your students all over, anywhere they are. So you could easily build a band like that. So that, if that answers your question, they are OGG files, and soon they'll be MP3. So you won't have to export from from Audacity into something else. You can have it open up directly into GarageBand or Logic or anything like that.
Got it. So Greg Greg, I suggest that you unmute your microphone if you want to comment on the things that you're writing down here on the chat. Can you hear me, Greg? You can unmute if you want to, and then you can.
I just.
There you go.
I
okay.
just. I muted.
That's okay. Okay, so
Sorry.
that's okay. So you have some more questions in regards to the format and also.
Yeah, just try to figure out if a student sends it over, what should he send it over on? XML, XML, AFF, or try and put it into an OGG form?
I mean, when he sends it, you'll be able to, it formulates that, it takes OGG. So whatever he plays right now is OGG file. And when you receive that assignment, when you can go in at any time and download OGG right from there.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
You're welcome.
And Greg, you also asked if this only worked on Zoom. Not completely sure what you mean about that, but this is a learning app that you can access through your phone, iPad, computer.
Okay, we're not allowed to use Zoom with students.
Okay, well, you don't have to you don't have to use Zoom at all. You just can't. If you don't click Zoom, then that's it. You don't have to use it whatsoever.
They can use Castify.
Okay,
yeah. Zoom, the Zoom integration is just a little extra that you have inside the platform, but you could just keep having your lessons the way you have them, and the platform is just one good way for you to just assign them tasks and exercises and all that. You don't have to use Zoom for this, so you can keep your format of teaching without any problem.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Is there, do we have any other more questions in regards to the functionality of the platform? Pierre, do you have any more questions?
I have one more.
Sure.
Sure.
Just compare it to Smart Music and Finale.
Sure. I'll be glad to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is this technology is polyphonic, so it can distinguish, guitar, it can distinguish piano is the biggest, and I'm not knocking. I'm not going to say anything bad about any company, but that's the major difference. And we also integrate. We can integrate into school learning management systems like like Canvas or Blackboard or any of those, and it's also multi-platform, meaning that you can use this on your computer. You can, if you have a Mac, if you have a Android device, if you have a tablet or an iPad, it's all used that way.
So Linux, OS, and Mac.
Yeah,
I mean, yes. Windows.
Or Windows, right. Now you can, when you're uploading things like what I showed you earlier when I uploaded that file, that has to be done from the teacher's computer. It can't be done from their phone. Or video as well. If you're going to be playing, if your student's going to be showing you a video example of them playing, they have to do that on their laptop or on the computer, not their phone. But you can then operate everything from your mobile devices. You don't have to even get back on the computer at all until you're ready to upload something else.
All right.
Anybody else?
Yeah. So I guess, Steve, if you guys have to go to your next meeting, I can take it from here. I'll just, in the next few minutes, I'll just talk about the login and the download and the connecting and all that kind of stuff. And I'll address questions about that. I know that Pierre has some questions about that. So thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much, James.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Very, very cool. And
if you have any questions, feel free to. All right.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So, so I'll just continue. We have just like maybe 5 more minutes. I'll just explain to you really quickly how to connect and how to download and get this app. So I'm going to share my screen here, and let me know if you can see this. Can you see my screen now? Yes, thumbs up, perfect. Okay, cool. So, all right, let me go back to this. And actually, before I start with this, I just wanna show you this really quickly. Pierre was telling me that he couldn't find the app. So the app is called the RSL Learning Platform. And then you can go to your, like if you want the app on your phone or iPad or tablet, whatever, look for it like that, the RSL Learning Platform, and it should look like this. Like this little blue and white icon here. That would be the way that you can find it. And then how do you get access to it? How do you register and all that? Let's talk about that. Okay, so for teachers, it's very, very simple. The first thing that you guys have to do is to create a teacher registry account. So for that, you go to the RSL webpage right here, rslawards.com. You hover over Rock School right here, and you click on Teacher Registry. Once you click on Teacher Registry, it will take you to this website right here, and you can sign up for it. Okay, so what you would do is you choose the United States right here as your country, and you sign up for it. When you sign up for it, you follow these steps, and then you will create that teacher registry account. The teacher registry account is not only great for the app and the learning platform, but it's also great for you and your business, even if you didn't want to use the learning platform, because with the teacher registry, what happens is that you get placed in the map like this. All of these numbers right here, all of these little blue dots that you see are schools or teachers that have created a teacher registry account, and they get placed in this map. And then that's a new and also a great way for students to find you. And let me see. I'm going to use a little example here. I'm going to use my own teacher registry account here. This is my teacher registry account. You can upload pictures, the instruments that you can teach, your certifications. You can also, I haven't done it, but you can also upload your fees, your contact details, and this is all for free. You know, I mean, there's no, here, you can have contact info here too. This is all for free. There's no commitment or anything. This is just for you to be part of the community, grow your business, let your students find you. With this teacher registry account, then you can also access your learning platform account. And the way it works is that once you have that account, teacher registry account ready, then you go to this website right here called lp.rslawards.com. And then this is for the web-based, right? For the web-based platform. And then you enter your teacher registry account email and your password right here. You don't have to do anything on the third field because this is for students only. So that's how you access. And once you access, you'll see everything that Steve showed you. Now, how do students get connected to you? It's also very simple. Parents and students, they create also an account in our RSL website. And once they're in, they click on this subscriptions little section right here. They create a new learning platform subscription. And then this is where they add their students' information and all that kind of stuff. And so if there's been other students that have already existed in our system because they have been presenting exams or whatever, you could be able to link them and see them right here. And you can also set your password in this unique PIN number, which is what we're going to talk about in a few minutes. So you create that account and you create that unique PIN number. And then this is where you see your monthly subscription options. So this is entirely free for teachers. So this is great stuff, great news for you guys, for me, for everybody who's teaching. This is free for us. We get access to all of the content and everything that that RSL has for us for free. And students have a very small monthly fee if they want to be a part of this platform. As you can see, we have this in pounds. This is only £5 a month, which, if I'm not mistaken, this would be maybe $6 a month, something like that. And then once they have created their account and they have chosen their subscription, step 2 is to link their profile to a teacher's profile. And this is where they look for that teacher. So it is not that the teacher look for the students, but the students look for their teacher. And this is where they would find that teacher using the information, either an institution or a name or an email. And then if you can see this is me, this is my name. They found me, and then you will select me as your teacher by clicking right here. And then for parents, again, this is not for teachers, this is for parents. The third step is, of course, payment. And once they've done that, then it's ready. And what happens is that students they go to the same login, but this time they have to enter this PIN number. The unique PIN number that they've created is what is going to create the connection between teacher and students. So once they do that, teachers can go to their dashboard, and they can see in a drop-down menu all of the students that they can assign homework or exercises to. So there's more steps for students to get this ready, but it's really, really simple. Again, I just want you to know I am your USA representative here. So I know this was probably a lot of information. The best thing that we can do is right after this, before we finish this presentation, I would like to have your email address, and I would like to follow up with you guys. I'm going to send you some links to other webinars that we have done. This is the last webinar that we're going to be doing of the year, but we've done webinars about each and one of the instruments that we have. Webinars about the guitar program, piano, keys, drums, all of that. And I also have some really cool free resources for you guys to get started. I can send you the first 3 publications of any book that you want by signing into this teacher registry. You can get access to these really cool resources by creating another account, which is called Teach Today. So really, really cool stuff waiting for you. And if you have any questions so far, we're almost ready to wrap this up. But I really, really would like to answer any of your questions and follow up with you guys after this presentation. So I'm gonna open the chat right here to see if you guys have written something. Yes, Greg, I am going to share those links right here in the chat. Meanwhile, Pierre, were you able to find the app on the App Store? Yes? All right, perfect. So give me a few seconds. I am going to share the teacher registry link right here. Okay, so Pierre is asking, and you can unmute your microphone if you want. So do the students need to pay the monthly fee in addition to buying the books? No, that's what's great. They don't have to buy the books. If they pay the monthly fee to get access to the learning platform, all of the books are there, all of the backing tracks are there, all of the exercises are there. So no need for them to buy the books if they don't want to. We still have some old school good old, like for example, me, I'm a little old school and I have both. For some of my younger students, I use a learning app. They love just, this little device. I use the app with them. But for some of my older students, they rather go through the book and they like to feel the paper. They're doing that. So if they want to buy the books, they can still buy the books, but there's no need to buy the books if they have access to the learning platform. Does that answer your question? Yes? Awesome. Okay. So the link that I just put in the chat box, it's for the teacher registry. And I'm going to share one more link with you guys, which is the Teach Today link. This is another account that you can create. Well, it's not an account, it's a profile. And that will give you access to these 3 publications. This is great value. Instead of buying the books, you can get them for free if you sign up for that. There's no catch, really. Just sign up for that and you get the free books. So once we finish this Zoom call, those links will get erased. So if you want to, it'll be great if you can share your email address with me in the chat box. I'll follow up with you guys. I can give you guys a call and help you with all of the information that you might need. We must have your email already, Pierre, but perfect. That works better, quicker. Just got it. And let me just write it down right here. Here it goes. Perfect. So I have it, Pierre. I'll follow up with you. And finally, Greg, do you have any more questions? And if you don't, no? Okay. If you don't, then great. Thank you, Greg. I see your email. So I see you typing, so I'll just wait a few seconds. Greg, I couldn't quite understand your last. Could it work with a jazz band? Is that what you're asking? You can unmute your microphone if you want to. Cool, man. Yes. Cool, Pierre. Thank you very much.
Would it work with the jazz band?
Would it work with a jazz band? In which way exactly?
Guitar. 7 chords and 11.
Oh yeah. So all of the books that we have a lot of different songs and different styles, and we definitely cover in the highest levels. We go through the 7 chords and tensions and all that. But remember something, these books are mostly for performance and technique, and they're just extra tools for your teaching. You can teach all you want, and then these books are going to help you lift that. You can use any other tools that you want.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you very much, Greg. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you, everybody who came here. Thank you, Mary Kate. And I'll follow up with you guys. I'll follow up with you, Greg, as well. Thank you so much, and stay tuned. We'll see you soon. Bye.